Today we received a Diplomat. It made a long journey from Parksley, Virginia. Nathaniel Guest and myself went down to Parksley, Virginia last week, loaded the car, and it made its journey up here today, Friday, and we did an unload. So basically what we did was we positioned the two sets of trucks first, trucks being the wheels under the car. And what we did was set one north and one south so that we could unload the car in the middle. As you'll see on some of the footage, it's a pretty intricate process of how we do it. So we basically lift one end with the crane, and we pull the dollies out from under it from the one end, and then we brought the north end set of trucks down and slid them underneath the car. Once they're underneath the car, the crane then gently sets down on top of the bowl. Underneath, between the car, on top of the trucks, and between the car, there's a bowl system. It's, I'd probably say 12 to 16 inches. And what happens is it comes down and it makes a tight fit, and then we put this car had a large 2-foot pin threaded that goes in from the inside. Once it's in from the inside, then you're secure. So that had to be done on both sides. It was a good process. We didn't run into really any snags today. When you deal with these older cars, you do run into some snags. The car is donated by the Eastern Shore Railway Museum. It sat there for many years. There was plans for it, but it was donated to us to put to good use. It's a beautiful car. It's got an observation deck on the back, and it's one of the best condition cars that we've ever received here. So it was a delight to pick this one up.
So currently we have a landscaper on site, and what he's doing is removing all the areas that over time have been filled with the ballast. Pretty much anywhere near all the new curbing that we've put in, just to keep things safe, keep it able for people to walk around. We filled everything with gravel and ballast. So now we're at the point where we can go back, remove all that. We're taking down 24 inches of that ballast to get us down to the natural clay layer. And then the landscaper is putting back fresh topsoil on everything, and that'll get us ready to finally do our official and final landscaping.
That's going to be done by the end of next week. We're going to have all the excavation done and all the dirt back in. Then we're going to continue with, we have some radius concrete steps with bullnose that we're going to be putting in. And then we're going to clean up the grounds, a little bit of sod on the north side of 3rd Street, and just get it nice and cleaned up for the fall.
As far as the landscaping goes, I think it's still going to be kind of done in phases. So the first phase, we did a lot of the larger trees that have went in, as well as some of the flowering trees. The next phase, we're going to keep bringing in more of those trees. Eventually, we want to get the rail yard to just be really lush and really shaded and look really park-like. So we have several more of the large trees coming in. Those are going to focus now over towards the antique crane area, and then we also have a few raised planter beds near the ticket booth that are going to get some large trees. There's going to be some birch trees as well as some sycamores going in there. Beyond that, we're going to keep bringing in more of those flowering trees. My goal is to have something in the yard fragrant and flowering pretty much from, I'd say, about March all the way through the end of October. And then we have a lot of lilies, a lot of boxwoods, a lot of your really typical perennial garden type of flowers coming in. If you think really English gardens is what we're eventually going to be going for, again with a lot of those boxwood hedges and things like that.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing. I've been really excited about just getting cleaned up for the fall runs.